Hi guys, welcome to today's video, which is my baby Leo's 1 week update and also my 1 week postpartum. So we'll be talking about a little bit about both of those things. So you may or may not know that I had my baby Leo by emergency C-section. We were all set to have a VBAC, but unfortunately he had a cord prolapse, which meant I had to have a cesarean, which wasn't what we planned, but hey ho, he's here safe, so that's all that matters. So I had baby Leo in hospital, and because I had a cesarean I had to stay there a little bit longer than if he was just born normally. So I stayed in for 3 days. Yeah, I stayed in for 3 days in hospital, and Reese was able to stay with me, which was absolutely brilliant because I couldn't lean over into the cot to pick him up, and I can't always rely on the midwives to be able to do that for me because they are so busy. So having Reese staying with me was an absolute delight. It really was. He's so good with the kids anyway, but being able to pick him up and give him to me, godsend, seriously. Leo cries quite a bit. I know babies do, but yeah, he was crying quite a bit. And I am breastfeeding him as well, so I was feeding on demand and trying to get him to sleep and trying to get some sleep ourselves. They noticed that he has a tongue tie. Now that might be the reason why he cries. He might not be getting enough milk, so we have tried to give him some formula milk at the little bottles just to see how he's getting on with that, and he seems to have the same issue really. He's not really latching on overly well. I was discharged after 3 days and they weighed him, and unfortunately he'd actually lost weight. He'd lost about 8% of his body weight. Now they said that that might actually be down to the fact that he's not getting enough milk right now. They don't know why he's lost that amount of body weight, but he will be reweighed at the clinic to see if there's anything else going on. He's also got jaundice. Now I know most babies get jaundice, so that's kind of normal. So we brought Leo home and the children were so excited to see him. We actually brought him home at night time when the children were in bed because I knew that they just would not go to bed if they knew that baby Leo was home. So we waited till the next day to introduce him to them, and they have been absolutely besotted with him. Literally, I can't believe how taken back they are with their little brother. And it's nice for George as well because he's not the youngest anymore. He actually looks really big. They all look really big now because I've got this tiny newborn and I look at him and I think, oh, you know, itty bitty. But up against the others, I've got twins that have recently turned 3, and George is now 20 months, well, he'll be 21 months old. So yeah, they look really big up against him, but they absolutely love him. They love kissing him. They love stroking his head. Sometimes I get a little bit nervous when they all crowd around and get a little bit too, you know, handsy, and they all want to touch him at the same time, but they have actually been really good and there's been no tears or anything. So that's good. I hope it continues like that. We picked the name Leo probably about 2 or 3 months ago. We didn't have it all the way through the pregnancy. To be honest, we weren't really sure what we were going to call the baby, if it was a boy, but we've settled on the name Leo. We don't actually have a middle name for him yet. All the others have got middle names. They are something to do with the family, well, the boys are anyway, something to do with the family, their family names. So whether or not Leo will get a family name as well, I don't know. It doesn't really matter too much, but I do want him to have a middle name. Leo looks very much like Reese. He is the double of Reese. I couldn't believe it when he came out, and I thought, wow, that is just basically you as a baby, isn't it, Reese? None of my children look like each other. They all look totally different, and this is baby number 5 now, and I can kind of see a bit of George in Leo, but not massively. So he is another individual. They are all totally different. So they referred us on to see a tongue tie specialist who contacted us, and he had his tongue tie snipped at 6 days old. So he's only just had his tongue tie snipped, so it's a matter of time to see whether or not that actually makes a difference to his feeding. At the minute, he doesn't even know his own tongue because it's, you know, it's so loose. So he's used to his tongue being a certain way, and now it's totally changed. So he has to get used to his new tongue, and then hopefully he'll be so much happier feeding and be able to latch on better and just have better feeds, and then hopefully put on some weight. I'm kind of pinning my hopes on this being the reason why he's lost weight. So fingers crossed he starts putting on some more weight. He had another weigh-in again, and he had lost a little bit more weight. That was on day 5 because we had to go and see the midwife, and he had his heel prick test done where they take some blood and they test for a number of rare diseases. And it was then that they noticed that he had still lost a bit of weight, and he was still looking quite jaundiced as well. Leo still has his umbilical cord attached. I remember looking at it after a good about 2 or 3 days, and I was thinking, wow, that's changed really, really quick. And I was expecting it to fall off pretty soon as well, but no, it's still firmly attached to his belly button. So we're still flapping down the nappies to make sure that it doesn't interfere with the cord, because it really actually does worry me. I think if that knocks, is it hurting him? I'm not really sure. I don't want to make it bleed, so we've been really careful with his nappies. He's got a few little milk spots appearing on his face, as tiny little white dots. After leaving the hospital, I haven't been giving him any formula. I've just been giving him breast milk. I'm hoping that that is going to be enough for him, but he's going to have to be weighed again to see how his weight is, and if it's still dropping, then we're going to have to do something different. But at the moment I'm still feeding him on demand, which is about every 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more. But I could actually be feeding him for like a good hour, because I don't actually know how much he's taking in. I'm looking at his face, and if it looks like he's sucking just here, then he probably not getting very much milk. But if you notice up here, the movements up here, I don't know how to explain it, then they're usually sucking better. And I don't really see a lot of this movement, it's more just down here. So I am just trying to get him to feed as much as possible. And I've actually started expressing some milk. I bought myself a pump and started to give it to him that way as well. So I will breastfeed him for a bit and then give him some expressed milk. Just, oh, he's woken up. Let me go get him. He is actually over there in his bed. I should have said that already. Hello. Hello. Come on. Oh. 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 My mum knitted this cardie. She knitted him a cardie and some matching boots, and she made that in a lemon colour as well, because obviously we didn't know what we were going to have. So she made him a mint green one and a lemon one, and I absolutely love knitted clothes on babies. I have totally lost my train of thought of what I was talking about. What were we talking about? Were we still talking about you? I think so. Oh, breastfeeding. That's what we're talking about, breastfeeding. It's going okay, isn't it? It's not great. It's not great at all. Like I said, he's just had his tongue snipped. So I'm hoping that that actually makes a big difference. Oh, baby. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on in. And I find that when I do breastfeed him, the after pains, the cramps I'm getting in my womb are so strong, and I didn't actually realise that was a thing. And they said to me in the hospital, that's just my uterus contracting back down. And they said the more children that you have, the worse the after pains are. And I've never had them before. This is actually the first time I've ever had the after pains, so that was a surprise. That and my oh, bless you. That and my cesarean, it's all been a bit painful. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. So we're really enjoying Leo being part of our family now. It feels weird thinking about life without him. He's only been here a week, and I can't imagine him not being with us. I've got the bed put back up there, and that's what George was in, and it just feels totally normal to have it back there, and to have Leo in it is just an absolute dream to look at him. I was also going to mention, before I totally forget, because I really do have baby brain at the moment. I forget most things. The day after that Leo was born, Noah, Rosalie and George and my eldest Summer and my mum and dad were able to come and visit us in a hospital, which was so chaotic. It was really nice to see everybody, but it was pretty chaotic because they are so young. It was so nice to see them, and it was really something that I wanted to do. I wanted to have that experience because before the other children were born during COVID times, that Summer couldn't come in and see them. So I'm just really glad that she was able to come in and see her baby brother, brand new, in the hospital. This has been a very up and down week for us. It's been pretty hard with the emergency cesarean and him losing weight, but it's been an absolute joy having our beautiful baby with us, bringing him home, introducing him to our family. It has been wonderful and I've loved every second of it, and I'm completely in love with him. I love his name, I love his face, I love his hair, I love him. He is great. The kids love him. I mean, that is just, it's just perfect looking at my little family together. And he gets weighed again at the clinic, so I will see what they say, because he is looking rather orange. I think that he needs to get checked again. They just zap him on his chest with this little machine that tells us how jaundiced he is, so hopefully they'll do that just to keep an eye on him. Thank you for watching, and thank you for following me through my pregnancy journey if you did. If you haven't, all my videos are on my YouTube channel. If you want to go and have a look, I will link them in my description below, so you can take a look at those if you want. I've gone from week 5 up to week 40. I filmed every single week. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and me and Leo will see you in the next one. Have a lovely week. Take care. Bye. Leo, you say bye.